Coming up on Backstage Passport. Here's the truck advertising the show right now.
Counterfeit tickets should be pretty easy to catch at the door, no?
You're bigger than Bruce Springsteen here.
They've never seen a crowd like this before.
I had a great time.
I am.
We're NOFX, screwing up since 1983. But these days we've got mortgages and families. So we're going on a sketchy tour. No country is too obscure. We're gonna drink and golf and fight and snort. We're NOFX, this is Backstage Passport.
Over the years, we've played a lot of bizarre places. We just got done playing Japan and Singapore, and those were pretty much a cakewalk.
NOFX, everybody.
But now we're going into weird Asia, countries where American bands just don't play. And we're not really sure how the crowds are going to react to us.
Officially our first Muslim country that we've ever been to.
I didn't know this was a Muslim country.
You do now. Hefe has no idea where we're going. There's always the potential for him to get us in trouble, not knowing the rules or not knowing who he's offending.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
In 24 years, NOFX has never played in front of a Muslim crowd. We've never been to a Muslim country.
There must be like 1,000 people here.
We're known to be an anti-religion, anti-God band, and how Muslims are going to take it. I was having a great time at the show. It was a really rocking show until some kid in the pit takes his scarf off his head, swings it around, and throws it. El Jefe catches it.
I was like, hey, cool. Put it on. I guess they want me to wear it.
We must all achieve peace. We must all achieve peace. World peace.
Two Jews and a Mexican taunting the Muslim crowd might not be good.
He says don't wear this. Don't wear it. Are we being disrespectful?
There's like one Muslim guy in the audience that's pissed off.
He has something to say. What's he going to say? Something that's talking his one. What? Please don't wear that. Because this is wearing by the good people in religion Islam.
I was definitely nervous at that point. Because I didn't know what he was saying. I don't know what they were saying back to him.
Okay. New rules. I don't know the rules. New rules. Let me ask you this. Can we do a song by another band? Is that okay? Is being a lesbian illegal here too?
Jefe managed to piss off some Muslims by wearing a towel on it around his head. We've done a lot of shows in a lot of countries, and we've never had any shout-outs to Allah before. Out here, we're finding things are a little bit different now because these people are weird.
Definitely House of Flying Dagger right here.
The only other band I've heard of that's played here, they told us, was the Slackers and Ensign. Here's the truck advertising the show right now.
There's no alcohol allowed in here.
Good.
Yeah, very strict.
What? We want to give the kids some bottles of booze so they can have as much fun as we're having.
Go to work wasted. Go to work bomb. Got a bomb shot. Before I start the job, I want to operate. Heavy machinery. I want to work, don't me. You gotta go to work. Thank you. Good night. Bye. I had a good time. See you later.
Show was great. Everything was super fun. And then this annoying girl got backstage somehow.
Hi. NOFX.
Yeah. Oh, you're NOFX too?
No, I just met you. I didn't know what you guys
What's
do.
your name?
Anita. I didn't hear what you guys talk tonight.
Girls get backstage sometimes and they hit on you, and you know, I know how to deal with it.
Do you have a family?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A 2.5-year-old daughter.
And
And a wife I've been married to for 14 years.
okay, and you love her and all this.
And I never cheat on her.
Okay.
Never have.
Yeah.
She was on him like white on rice. She wanted to have a good time, and Mike was like, you know, forward, point blank, like, look, I'm married, I got a wife, and I want nothing to do with it.
How would you feel if I told you have a good time?
For God's sake.
Come over with me. I'll show you a good time.
No, I'm married and I don't f***ing hang out with chicks. So have a good time.
I'm not gonna
I thought I was being clear and polite and just saying, you know, I'm married and I don't want to hang out. And she went nuts.
What is this? Mr. Evian? What is this?
You don't back Evian?
What is this bull? The freeze? Oh, how can I get freeze? What is this?
You don't like freeze?
What other bull? What is this? Bouncing stone? What the is that?
Bananas.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to open this guy's, you know, I'm trying to show you. Hi, I've been in soap for a goddamn year. I had a good time.
I had a great time tonight. I had a great time.
Then go to sleep.
I am.
Bye. It was very nice meeting you, Mr. Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
From what we've heard, no U.S. punk band has been to Taiwan, and we really have no idea what to expect. So it'll be good.
When I walk into the show at Taiwan, it's pretty obvious the punk show is going to be more of a flop show.
There's 25 people. I counted them.
25 tickets got sold. So, you know, hopefully we can get up to 30. And then we've got a punk rock show. Yeah.
So do we have any big NOFX fans here tonight?
This show was really small, but there was still a bunch of people that felt the need to stage dive. An empty room, it's not gonna go well.
There was some old guy that got on the stage at one point. He's like, here I come.
Once this big old 60-year-old man went for it, that was the pinnacle of weirdness. Well, another success. Another successful show.
We got paid enough to afford that bottle of wine. More, actually. That plus probably the meal.
After that show, I'm thinking about maybe I'll start doing landscaping around LA.
It was, you know, the smallest show we've done in 15, 16 years. So, you get more of them than you know. Show was a low turnout. It was really weird energy, and now we're going to China. We're starting to get a little concerned. You know, yeah, we knew we were going to spend a lot of money on this tour, but when no one shows up, it just seems kind of pointless.
Where are ticket sales?
You're bigger than Bruce Springsteen here.
I love China.
Starting to hit the second half of the Asian tour. The show we just played in Taiwan was a small show we've done in 15 years, and now we're going to China. One of the reasons we really want to play there is because no U.S. punk band has ever been allowed to play in mainland China. We have a press conference in front of 60 different magazines and newspapers. It should be crazy. So right when we get in, we have the biggest press conference we've ever had in our career. Matt watches 60 for 2. Okay, 3 for 100. Showed her 60 for 2. I got 3 for 100. Idiot. Thank you.
The purpose of the interview is to sell tickets because they don't believe we're really here. This is to show that we're really here.
Weird.
We're doing a press conference in front of 200 million Chinese people, so I felt it was prudent to moon them. We rarely do interviews, so doing a press conference is just strange. But we need turnouts, or else we lose all the way around. And now we're meeting with the promoter for the first time for dinner.
What is that, abalone?
Abalone. I think it's a good example of food that is not good, but very expensive because it's rare.
We go to the best hot pot in Beijing.
Finally, a place we can call home. So we meet the promoter. We thought it was odd that he took us for dinner in the KKK room.
So where are ticket sales?
Probably, I'm pretty sure. Where are ticket sales?
Yeah.
You're in charge of ticket sales.
What's the number?
Oh, 600.
600?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a crazy amount. Most people always buy on the day, so it'll definitely sell out. Yeah. I will be more confident in selling tickets for a NOFX show than a Bruce Springsteen show. You're bigger than Bruce Springsteen here. You will get a bigger crowd than Bruce Springsteen here. I can guarantee. I love Bruce Springsteen. That's not a diss on him.
Wait, are we talking about the same Bruce Springsteen?
We're talking about the same Bruce Springsteen.
I'm thinking, man, the guy's just shoveling a giant load of bullshit into our hot pots. They go on and on about the counterfeit tickets, and that's just how it is in China.
There'll be people selling tickets like 1/5 of the price.
It
or
doesn't matter if
1/10.
it's a music.
You don't know how they get it.
If it's a concert, if it's a
like,
football show, a football match.
They do everything.
I love China.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for dinner.
All right.
This is what a smart person would do. They charm you with dinner, and they don't pay you at the show.
I'm gonna have a conversation at 12:30 with Shanwei, and I think I might be able to get my message across. Dinner pretty much convinced us that the promoters were shysters, but you know, we had to just put that behind us and get up and go climb the Great Wall in the morning.
Lasso to the top's a rotten egg.
What? Seizure? When we got to the top of the wall, it was kind of exciting. It made everyone want to call home. So say goodnight and I love you from the top of the Great Wall.
Hi, baby. I'm calling you from the top of the Great Wall of China.
Hello? Hey, Mama, how are you? I can barely hear you, but I'm on top of the wall.
I have to stop and think, you know. I do it once in a while. I'll be somewhere and I just sort of start thinking about some place we were 20 years ago, doing what we were doing. And now it's not really that much different. I guess that's really the most exciting part about going to places we haven't been before, is we don't know what to expect. We don't know what it's going to be like. And that's what it was like in those days, too. Everything was just something new waiting right around the corner. So here we are, still living that.
The Great Wall was so cool, but we had to get back to the venue and start dealing with hopefully getting paid for the show. I want to talk about money. I want to discuss the deal because, I mean, you're covering all these expenses. This $50,000 for the venue?
Yes.
What does that include? That's unheard of. Typically, we're looking to walk away with half of the money that came through the door. Somewhere like Beijing, where we've never been and no one else has ever been, we've got no history. So who knows? Maybe the rent is $50,000 for that venue, and maybe monkeys do fly out of my butt. If you're paying this much to a venue, there should be no way anyone can get in free. So they should not. No one should be getting in free. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You understand?
They've never seen a crowd like this before. Everyone's trying to scam counterfeit tickets to get in.
Counterfeit tickets should be pretty easy to catch at the door, no?
Not the way the Chinese do it.
So here we are in China, our first and likely only time in China, and the promoters are sketchy at best.
I will be more confident in selling tickets for a NOFX show than a Bruce Springsteen show.
They go on and on about the counterfeit tickets. It's for sure just a scheme to rip us off. If you're paying this much to a venue, there should be no way anyone can get in free.
no US punk band has ever been allowed to play in mainland China. We actually got permission from the government. I want to play a great show tonight. It's kind of a historic show for them. And for me.
People are still arriving. 有很多人还没到，你知道吗？ It's good, Chong. It's good with time and anticipation.
Everyone's trying to scam counterfeit tickets to get in. People don't have enough money, and they've never seen a crowd like this before.
It's really the security. I mean, they're not really trained for one. They're not really trained to notice what's counterfeit, what's not.
I don't really see why it'd be any different than anywhere else, but
it's part and parcel of ticketing culture in China. Every event we do, it's always the same.
Counterfeit tickets should be pretty easy to catch at the door, no?
Not the way the Chinese do it. Yeah.
The cards are all in his hand. He's going to give us what he's going to give us. And we're going to either leave happy or go to your
The show was amazing, but the funniest thing was the kids didn't really understand the concept of stage diving.
Hey, what are you doing, guys? This is our time.
They waited for the song to be over, and then they got on stage and jumped off.
Okay, obviously you Chinese guys don't know. You dive during the songs. Okay, everybody, we have no idea what we're doing here.
They've never stage dived before, and we got to show these kids how to stage dive badly. Kids finally learned how to stage dive badly, which is all you really want. One kid takes a bandana, puts it over his face, runs blindly into the crowd. It felt like a 1982 punk show where people had never stage dived before and they were just going for it, and it was amazing. Every time someone got on stage, they're like,
it's historic. It's the only word that comes to mind.
This was the best show we ever had in Beijing. Best.
I'm glad the show was awesome and exciting, but I'm pretty focused now on trying to get some money out of it. Tell me, 400 people got in on bootleg tickets and guest lists?
No, not 400 people.
And that's a minimum. I could see that being 1,500 people. I mean, that's a big room. So I don't know. I mean, you need to figure out how to get actual numbers. I mean, I want to know facts.
Yes, but all that's not
I don't understand.
Yes.
Right. So you got nothing for me, no money for us. We get nothing. We come here, we pay everything. Sean Way, he's just totally stonewalling me and I'm getting nowhere. We put out all this money to do this thing, and the least they can do is help us recover some of that cost. I want to know some numbers.
We have to, I mean, it's going to be a lot of chasing and all that stuff.
Really not that complicated. They all paid cash to get in the door tonight. That should be all your money.
This is the thing. You're going to be lucky to get on Monday, like reports, like figures.
Your attitude towards it to me is like, oh yeah, it's counterfeiting. It's just something we live with. That's the way you're talking to me, and I'm like, you're crazy.
Kent's arguing with the promoter about how the show was completely packed at $20 a ticket, and he really doesn't want to give us any money.
I might look. Thank you guys for coming here and losing money to do the show.
That was awesome. I don't want to get silly. Lost a lot of money in China, and I don't care at all. The show was amazing. We had a great time. The kids had a great time, and that's what this is all about, really. The whole Asian tour was worth it for tonight. It was Beijing.
There's no fun. There's no fun. There's no fun.
So we're in the airport on our way out of the country, and I get an email from Sean Wee detailing exactly how much money they lost at the sold-out concert in Beijing. Beijing report. In the inbox. Please see attachment for the Beijing report. Eventually, we got a red ink. Eventually, they got a red ink. Took a lot of manipulating, but eventually, Beijing got a red ink.
Ooh, so we owe them money. That's a bummer. You should write them back and say, thanks for everything. We see now how it works. We'll be telling all our friends that you're the guy to call if you want to make no money.